Hello air signs, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. Welcome to your timeless reading. Let's just call in now the beautiful high frequency ascended masters, archangels, light beings, animal spirit guides, ancestral guides, any other spirit guides of ours, and as well as our higher selves to assist us with this reading. And it is going to be a general reading, so please take what resonates and discard the rest. Okay, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Let's grab a couple of cards here for the center of your reading. Wow, Three of Swords. So healing from something, maybe some grief and loss, or maybe there's something you're letting go of here as well. Wow, Star. So this is a dream or a goal that you are looking to acquire, and maybe it is that. Maybe it's actually just your dream or your wish to be healed from this, whatever that is. Or that, yeah. Let's just, what I'd like to do now is just grab the remaining 8 cards individually and we'll have a quick look at them, and then we will look at the reading as a whole. Underneath you have the beautiful Knight of Pentacles, a nice slow moving energy of, just taking stock of things. And, kind of consolidating, maybe planning, maybe creating a bit of a plan for the future. And here you have the Chariot coming forward from the past. So that's preparing for something, for a journey of sorts. Maybe that's, a journey within or personal growth journey. And above here we have the Seven of Wands. So an energy of change can also be kind of that thing of, creating some boundaries for yourself there. Air signs. Yeah, let's see what your opportunity is. Okay, it says the Devil here. So, yeah, there could be some, some limitation. But let's just see the reading as a whole and see how we interpret all of this together. Current energy is the Moon. Okay, so deep stuff there, and 3 more cards to go. We have the Six of Wands. So, successful, being out in society or your community, they're doing things that you really enjoy. And here we have the Knight of Swords, in your goal or a challenge. That can be to do with, moving forward with communicating clearly and speaking your truth. And here we have the Four of Pentacles as the last card, which is interesting, which is usually a suggested kind of a thing to do, a bit of advice, action to take. So that's really about, the Four of Pentacles is usually about, becoming present, just being present with what you're doing and where you're at. Okay. Here you have on the bottom of the deck is the Magician. What a great card to have in your reading here. Air signs, always a card of, talent, skills, gifts, abilities, resources, and a lot of even expertise, like a lot of things that you've done, people that you know, resources that you have, abilities that you have that you can draw on here. So, and sometimes we do need to take an inventory literally of all of those things and remind ourselves of just how many skills that we do have. Okay. I think many of us underestimate that and underestimate ourselves. Okay, I'll just grab a sip here and having a look. It's sort of looking here, air signs, like you have this at the front here, in the middle, of your reading. You have an energy of, this is like grief or sadness, okay? And it's not that it's your, your greatest wish or your goal to continue this. I feel like it's your wish is to move on from that. But I'm feeling like what it's doing at the moment is that this isn't your opportunity. But even though this could be what you're feeling at the moment, the opportunity could be for you to just realize here that the cage is actually unlocked. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little lock there that's actually not. The cage is unlocked. So while you may feel restricted and like you can't, you know, or maybe there are things that you're attached to here, it's like there's going to be an opportunity for you to free yourself from this. It's almost like it's even your higher self or your subconscious, even your higher self. It's your higher self's dream or wish that you release yourself from this. Okay, this restriction or the grief or the sadness that maybe, you know, it's been a long time coming. And when I look at this here, this speaks of a journey, and it's almost like I have a feeling here, air signs, that some of you have had many lives of, you know, past lives, I'm talking, not just this life, past lives of, you know, grief, you know, like deprivation and even like attachment or addiction or or even literally being caged up or tortured or that type of thing. Okay, I feel like you've been on this along many lives of this sort of energy. That's what that line looks like to me. And where this line across your reading ends up is it ends with this card here, which is with you taking up your sort of truth, of insight, okay, of speaking your truth, and also of freedom, empowerment. Can you see, and alignment? Can you see this uprightness, this kind of coming forward with the sword? And the way this is going to be done, or way I think it's the reading is saying that Spirit's suggesting that you're going to do this, air signs, is through speaking. It's through communicating, either with yourself or with others, or through some sort of art form or writing or a combination of all those things. It's really about expression, okay? Expressing your truth. What has it been like for you? And really acknowledging that. And even perhaps, you know, as a side point, looking at other people that have been through similar things and really gaining strength from that. Above here, I'm just drawn now to the Wands card, because this is about you having boundaries. So as I'm looking at all this, you know, we could almost call this, you know, suffering, perhaps entanglement, entrapment and betrayal and all sorts of things that have gone on in your past lives. And maybe there's some of this energy is still happening in your field, and maybe it's happening in your life at the moment. As well, is that the suggestion is here for you to create some boundaries, which means underneath here we have the beautiful Knight of Pentacles, taking some time out in nature. Literally, these cards are very literal, speaking to me now, literally according to the image. Literally going out in nature and doing some journaling or some writing. Remember how we mentioned communication here is going to help you, is to start writing your thoughts, your experiences, how you feel, your emotions. Because journaling can be very cathartic, very healing, okay? And you might need to, these cards are directly opposite each other. So it might be that you need to create some boundaries to do some of this for yourself, air signs, okay? Because it is current energy, it is deep work, you know, it's subconscious, and maybe you are feeling that there is a lot subconsciously that's heavy. Like I feel, yeah, with this grief and this, you know, I'll just, you know, we're going to grab the two heavy cards here, okay? These are the heavy cards, all right? So this might do with attachments or grief or sadness or loss or traumas, any of these things, okay? That it's deep stuff for you, and I feel like that you know this. It could just feel like a big icky mess, but I think this is why it's great writing can help you to become really objective. Okay, it can help to really clarify, and it also helps you to, it's a form of expression. So you put it out on the page and it almost lightens the load on the inside of you. Okay, it can lighten the psyche. Yeah. I did a lot of journaling earlier on in my life, like a lot of writing, okay? Because I literally felt like there was no one around me that could understand what I was going through. But then when you start writing, okay, then sometimes you can also sense through this automatic writing, so your spirit can sort of start writing through you, and before you know it, you're kind of helping yourself, like you're almost counseling yourself through writing, which is quite fascinating to me. But sometimes we still need to talk to another person, okay? If you feel that you need to do that, please do that, in terms of counseling or something like that, okay? And yeah, now I'm just drawn to Magician because this is the thing about our inner worlds here, our subconscious. There is so much potential in our subconscious, okay? So you could be feeling like there's a lot of icky stuff, but there's also a lot of good stuff that wants to come forward, and you're just trying to sort it out, okay? Like this is going to be a real inner journey for you, air signs. That's what I'm feeling. An inner journey, which is just fantastic. And I really love how this card is in here. It's one of my favorite cards. You know, just really taking stock and just taking time out to do your journaling, okay? Yeah, potential. Because what's going to happen is if you can do this, do some introspection, just start to express in words, you know, even while you're in these energies here. Because, I mean, even if you're in grief, it's not, well, it can be difficult, I guess, to pick up and do anything if you're in deep grief. But if you're feeling okay and, you know, you just go to your room or something and you grab a piece of paper and a pen, you can do this completely in private. Okay, no one has to see it. No one else has to read it. So you can, you know, do it there. And even if you're feeling entrapped here, or maybe you have addictions, you know, just write that out. Just write out your frustrations. Write out any emotion, okay? And you might end up scribbling. Like I used to get, you know, big scrapbooks, and some of my writing was like really swearing, like really going for it. Like if you need to do that, just do it, okay? Because what's going to happen is from this deep work, okay, it's going to help you to feel a little more confident. Or this could be the energy that's sort of around you as well. I think this is the card of authenticity and fearlessness. So, you know, air signs, you know, for you to sort of take some inner courage to just, you know, be yourself, speak your truth. And, you know, I think this is your goal here, is just to speak your truth, okay? Even if it's just to yourself, it's all good, okay? And just really being in alignment. And you might even be, of course, getting some downloads and insights here, because this is a sort of truth, authenticity, and it can even be like enlightenment too. It's very much a consciousness, because the sword suit is the realm of consciousness. So, you know, you've got your sword pointed straight to spirit here. So really take heart that, you know, spirit has your back as well. And I also really love how this reading actually goes really well, because we have the Four of Pentacles here, which is about just coming into peace, tranquility, and presence with yourself. This could be a type of meditation that you could do, or even just meditating generally would be of helpful too, I think. You know, if that resonates. If anything doesn't resonate what I'm saying, just let it go, okay? These two cards are very similar, okay? Something too, if you do sit down and writing, it can actually help you to become really present with yourself, okay? And yeah, just to take time, to not push yourself through too many major decisions, major, you know, I guess major changes in life, or anything too extreme or too intense, okay? It's really just a case of just keeping it nice, everything nice and even here for you, air signs, at the moment, because you're going through some deep work. I've experienced a couple of phases like that in my life, and I know what it's like, because you can feel like there's so much going on, right? I don't want to say if it makes you feel like your head's going to explode, but there's a few different emotions. One of them is like, if you feel into this energy, you can just feel like, wow, it's absolutely fantastic. Like there's a whole lot of stuff I want to do. But then you go into, maybe you're doing some trauma release meditation or something, and then you've got this energy to deal with, okay? But it's all processing. It's all flushing the stuff out, okay? So while you're in that purging stage, it's really great to just keep everything as even as you can. Just keep covering your basics. Even maybe hanging out with people that are nice and kind of calm as well. But like I said, it's important for you to create some boundaries for yourself so that you can do this work. But, you know, But literally what you are doing in this process, air signs, is it's a magical process. Okay. If you haven't already come into touch with all of your talent, skills, gifts, abilities, and resources, then that's what you will be doing here. Okay. You'll be getting a much fuller picture of your potential, of your soul energy and of your essence, and even probably identifying what your, your long-term goal, wish, or dream is. There might be a couple of dreams or things that you wanted to do in your life. Okay. But there's no bones about it. This is deep work. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab a deck for you in terms of oracle here, air signs, that I haven't grabbed much before in the past. And for some reason, I'm going to do the Samhain oracle. I don't know if it's... Anyway, these are based on, the seasons are based on the American seasons, and I always get confused because I'm in Australia, so Southern Hemisphere. But these can be really great in terms of like transmuting. Let's just see. Could be famous last words. We'll just hope that, something's awesome's going to come out of here. I do have another deck there as well, Seasons of the Witch. I've got the Yule Oracle, but we'll go with the Samhain. Why did that one just miss? So maybe we'll look at that. Ancestors. Okay, underneath here it says, they hiss a quivering so deep only roots of your soil can lift the nakedness hidden within the vows made in silence, an ancient chill walking upon the spine. So this could be speaking of those past lives that we mentioned. Okay, so I might even just read a little bit from this, because the explanation in the book has a little bit more info. Number 3 card, folks. That's what we need. And I think it's right here. Okay, let's read the little explanation here. Your ancestors are always with you, okay, protecting you. So this is about your spirit, spirit having your back, okay. They watch over you and keep you from harm's way. They are present, telling you that it is safe to go forward and you absolutely need to. You feel them with you. They also protect you from things you cannot see, like someone trying to put a hex on you or someone who is talking about you behind your back. Though these threats never make it to you because your ancestors have protected you without you having to ask. They want what is best for you and they love you unconditionally. Rest easy. You have chosen this card because you are being protected and guided even if you can't see how. Everything that has brought you here has been for a purpose. There is some lesson, blessing or miracle in every situation you've ever faced, good or bad. So that's about, gleaning the wisdom from the unhelpful or negative experiences, or so we perceive them as, okay. Where was I up to? About, okay, trust in those who watch over you. Know that there are thousands, maybe millions of your ancestors who have walked before you, sharing their love, wisdom, and protection. Be sure to thank them because you wouldn't be here if they hadn't walked their hardships before you. Many have lived and died, laughed and suffered and sacrificed so that you can be here. Honor your ancestors by trusting them to watch over you. Call on them when you feel alone or afraid, and give your fears to them, allowing them to hold you as you walk through your path, through life. And the same applies for spirit guides as well. Okay. I also like to just grab the card on the bottom of the deck here. Reflection. It says, be wary of things you believe to see with eyes. This is reflection. Okay. Be wary of things you believe to see with eyes wide shut, for they are mirrors of the mad and truths only spoken with a bleeding tongue. Okay, sometimes these, I find these little bits on the cards a little confusing. That's why I'm going to read the book. So, yeah, just, remembering that spirit and ancestors have your back there and your spirit guides. This is number 32. And... 22. Just bear with me. Here we go. I have it. Okay, reflection shows you the person you've become, for better or for worse. So this is relevant because we were talking just a moment ago about doing some journaling and just taking time out for yourself, okay? Reflection shows you the person you've become, for better or for worse. It shows the parts of yourself you wish you could hide and the parts that are to your liking. Your reflection has no desire to hide your truth. You are being guided to acknowledge who you are at this time. Looking to the future is great, and so is setting goals. But how can you make a plan for where you're going if you haven't come to terms with where you are now? It can be challenging to stand in the truth of who you are today. No one wants to say, I'm overweight, or I'm in debt, or I'm sabotaging my goals. However, pretending these circumstances do not exist is like hiding under a sheet of paper in a rainstorm. It will protect you for a few moments, but eventually the water will soak through and you will be forced to face your reality, or in this case, your reflection. Reflection has come into your reading to ask you to be honest with yourself. Stop hiding from the situation you are facing. You must use where you are as a starting place for any real change to occur. And I think this is very much what this reading is about. Believe it or not, here, air signs, because where you are now, it's about, really acknowledging, taking time to really acknowledging that, simultaneously you have goals and dreams and wishes for yourself, but you also might be feeling really restricted and maybe having some depression and that type of thing. So it's really important for you to take some time out and to start, writing or communicating this out, because the more there is holding on to it, the more it will not release, okay? So expression is key here, and you might like to do an art form, maybe dance, playing an instrument, painting, drawing, even gardening or being in nature can be really healing as well. Okay, that's what I have for you, air signs, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. I hope that has been helpful, and I look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.